everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Multiverse of Fandom podcast with Pete and Dimo. We're back again virtually because, well, we're
It's
lazy.
easier. Yeah. What's up, guys? We're back. And this week we are going to talk about, once again, the Book of Boba Fett, along with some other things, a couple things that we each wanted to talk about, and then a new addiction that we both have.
I don't know if it's new, but
Yeah, it's not new, but it's definitely elevated in the past
it's an addiction.
past week or
Yeah.
so. But getting right
So
into it, Book of Boba Fett, episode 6. What's going on?
it's from the desert comes a stranger, which I think this has been, like, in terms of tone and style, the coolest episode yet, even though I have a big attachment to the second episode. But I liked it a lot. Initially, you may have spoiled it a little bit.
I did not spoil it. You keep saying I spoiled it.
That's up for debate, buddy.
Tell him how I spoiled it.
So he sent me an Instagram post that said that Sebastian Stan wants to play Luke Skywalker,
which has been a thing for so long.
You don't understand that. Why would he come out and say that now, right? Like on the day the episode comes out, and immediately my mind went to, okay, so Luke's in it.
Well, we also had a strong idea that Luke was going to be in it, because at the end of episode 5, Mando says, "I need to go see a little friend," and Luke was the last person he was with.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. I don't. Maybe you didn't spoil it, but you did. So, but anyways, the book, the episode itself. Why don't we give our ratings right off the bat? What do you give it out of 10?
See,
we haven't done this for the other episodes, though.
Yeah, we haven't done this for the other. Well, this, I mean, I feel like it's definitely been going up, and as a show, like a series, I feel like it usually starts on a high and kind of goes back down, but this one has been constantly rising, in my opinion. I would say for this episode, probably like a 9.3.
I would agree, and most of my rating comes from the fact that they're juggling so many things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
there's a lot.
They're not like killing it, because I think there's still places where they could do better. Like, I agree with what people are saying. It's supposed to be a Boba Fett show. I think they should have titled it something different.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not Book of Boba Fett, but I don't know. Because we did learn a lot about Boba. I don't know. Maybe there could have been this, like, after episode 4, it became kind of this, like, let's feed the loop from the Mandalorian seasons and start connecting everything.
Now it's literally turned into the Mandalorian season 3.
Pretty much.
No, like it's pretty like much. I can understand episode 5. You show Mando what he's been up to and all this stuff. Like, I feel like that's pretty reasonable, especially when you have 2 more episodes coming after episode 5. But then when this episode was basically all Mando also, it's like, it's kind of funny. It's just kind of funny, but it's also funny to me because a lot of we talked about it earlier, but Boba Fett fans were really upset about how much he was talking and how much, like, you know, added, like, or whatever, like, scenes that are with him, even though it's like his show. And they're saying that it's like ruining the original, like, mythos of the character, I guess. But he was on screen for 6 minutes in a movie and a half.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then this happens, and then they're like, well, why? What the hell is happening? This is the Book of Boba Fett, and we don't see him. It's like, yeah, but you're getting what you want now.
You know what's odd is I didn't even notice it until they came out and started saying that people were upset, and I was like, really? Oh, okay, maybe, yeah, he is talking more than we've ever. Yeah. He's got his own show now, so
he's got his own show. Like,
that's the thing.
You don't talk a lot if you're not even a side character. You're just a background character.
Right. That's
right.
But that's right.
How did this episode start? It started with Mando going to the planet that Luke was training.
Marshal, yeah.
Oh, he goes to the Marshal. That's right.
He goes to the Marshal of Mos Pelgo.
And that's where it starts.
The armor.
Yes, that's where it starts. That was a good intro. I feel like that was unexpected.
Yeah, they had that hothead deputy there.
Oh my God, yeah, that guy.
Who didn't last very long.
Got his 10 seconds of fame.
Yep.
But that was a pretty cool scene at the beginning where he confronted the Pikes about their spice running and that they're not going to be doing it in Mos Eisley anymore.
Mm.
That was a pretty cool scene. And
There's a lot
then
of Mosses, Moss Isley, Moss Espa. This one,
yeah,
Moss Pelgo.
yeah, there's a lot. So that was a cool intro. I like that a lot because then we get to see the Marshal again, which I didn't think we were gonna see. I didn't think he was gonna be one of the like cameos in the show, but it does make sense since his town is on Tatooine, so clearly the spice running is affecting his area also.
Yeah.
Um, which was a good tie-in. And then we finally get to see Grogu again, and then we do get to see Luke, which was really cool.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka was there also, which was pretty awesome. R2 was the first one we see, which showed us that we were
Yeah,
gonna
R2
see
was there.
Luke.
That's when I knew Luke was coming.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, hey, this motherfucker.
Well, it was cool because on that planet where they showed us them building the Jedi Temple, which is what we see later in Star Wars in the new trilogy, where Ben Solo killed everybody again, or not again, but basically all the Jedi massacred like they did in Order 66, which is what we also saw in Boba Fett. I keep calling it Mando.
I like the prequel references. They've done a really good job, and that shows me that maybe we'll get to see some new footage from Episode 3 in
In
the
the new,
Obi-Wan show.
yeah, maybe even, yeah, no, maybe even the Ahsoka show. We don't really know, but
well, because we didn't see the period when Anakin lost his arm
yeah,
and Count Dooku escaped.
yeah, we did not.
You know, we just
But
see the after.
it was just like it was like really cool um to see like all that and them to like put that in, which is also what people I feel like were like there was just so much like fan service and content in this one episode, and it wasn't even that long. It was shorter than the episode 5 when we the Return of the Mandalorian. So
Yeah.
there was a lot of stuff packed into that one episode. But then we finally like it was just a lot. I don't even know where to start. I feel like we should just kind of first I just want to say Boba was in this episode.
Yeah, he didn't say one
Didn't
word.
say anything.
He gave it.
He gave a nod. He gave a nod.
Boba
But
Fett.
then we see like Ahsoka tell Mando on that planet that she can't see. Well, she's like, you can see him, but it's gonna basically like ruin him and make his training a lot harder if he sees Mando because of his like strong connection to their strong connection to each other, which was like so like, God damn it, just let them say what's up.
No, I think that's an important storyline there. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
Press forward into the end, and then we'll continue. But the episode ends with Luke offering Grogu either the Mandalorian, which it looks like Kevlar kind of.
Yeah, it's like
there's a
cool.
word for that. Chainmail is what it is, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And you can either take the Mandalorian chainmail or you could take the Yoda's lightsaber, which there is a theory about that, and we'll talk about it when we get there. But
yeah, I want to get into that theory. But then because he leaves Ahsoka and Luke. Well, let's talk about that. Ahsoka and Luke had a they talked a little bit, and she says, "You're so much like your father," which is such another cool reference.
Clone Wars.
Yeah, it's such a cool reference. I feel like, and then she leaves. Luke asks if he'll ever see her again, so it kind of leaves the door open. I feel like a little bit for that. Maybe even in the Ahsoka show that we're getting. Then fast forward a little bit after Mando leaves, and he goes to Boba's palace, I guess, whatever.
Yeah, palace. I don't know.
I don't know.
Hideout.
Yeah, he's not really hiding.
Huge.
So I don't know.
Huge.
Yeah, I don't know. I
It's
forget what they call
huge.
it.
It's
But
really big inside.
yeah, he goes there and they're like talking about their plan of attack, and then Mando then goes to the marshal to recruit him and his
Yeah.
the people in the town to help them fight. And
And
then
the marshal was basically like, we'll think about it.
yeah, we'll think about it. And then after Mando leaves, tell us what happened.
And we get a visit from Cad Bane, and probably one of like the best Star Wars cinematic moments.
That was
Like
really cool.
I wouldn't say top 10. I would say top 15. I would put that.
I feel like I would put it at top 10 because nobody expected it.
Well,
You
it's
know?
a very Western, like the gun draw and the
Yeah.
standoff, and they have like the freaking the I don't even know what you would call that thing. That the thing that bounces across the desert.
Oh, isn't it the tumbleweed or whatever?
The
Tumbleweed.
tumbleweed. Yeah,
Yeah, tumbleweed.
I don't know if there was tumbleweed, but it was that
It
type of
gives that.
stuff.
It definitely gives that vibe. That's kind of
Yeah,
funny.
it is pretty funny.
But yeah, no, I feel like it's definitely it's. You might be right. I don't know, top 10 moment, but in terms of like reveal wise and like
It's a really good reveal.
yeah, it was a really good reveal. That was really exciting. So, but did you see the theory about Cad Bane that
No, I didn't.
that he was the one that killed Boba's like Tuscan tribe?
Really?
So because
Interesting.
the biker gang leaves their symbol on the like the Tuscans hideout or whatever in the desert, home in the desert, and
Mhm.
they work for the Pikes because they run spice in Tatooine on Tatooine. So Cad Bane works for them as well. So maybe they were like, because there was four of them. Do you really think that four of those guys can take out a whole Tuscan tribe?
No.
So maybe
You
maybe
gotta
there's a
help.
little
Yeah.
bit more. Yeah, Cad
Have you
Bane may have
seen
been
any of the
involved.
Clone Wars?
Yeah, I
Have you
have.
seen any?
I haven't finished, but I've seen some. I gotta
I'm
like
like
get back in.
season 4 or 5, and I stopped right
I'm
at the
not that
part
far.
when they go to Darth Maul's. I won't spoil anything. They go to his homeworld of Dathomir.
Okay.
I think that's where I left off. But there's a lot of Cad Bane. Like he's a main sort of prevalent villain,
Yeah.
and it looks very similar. Although there was a fan edit,
I saw the fan edits. The fan
which
edits,
the guy gets older, so I'm like, you know
that's
what?
kind of what I feel like they were playing
Let it
at.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I feel like that's what they were kind of playing at because
and I think people will get that as it progresses.
I still think it looked really cool. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, no, it looked great. It looked great. And actually, I didn't even pull up a picture, but I was like, that's like 95% accurate.
Oh
Which
yeah, I think it's
I think the
pretty
only
damn
thing that
good.
the internet didn't like was the nose was like too fat or some shit. But
Yeah, I saw that, but that's
oh
like so
man,
yeah, it's like so
yeah,
nitpicky. It's just whatever. But then is when now we're like at the very end where like after basically two episodes, we get to see what Mando's gift was to
I thought they
Grogu.
mentioned it. Didn't they say it was armor?
Well, yeah, we knew it was armor, but we
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
know like what it was
Oh, okay. Yeah,
exactly because it was always wrapped up. But then
yeah,
we see it when Luke finally um, shows it to him and said, like, your friend the Mandalorian left this.
yeah.
But then we see Yoda's lightsaber, which was so cool.
It is really cool. But the theory is that how the heck did that get there? But
Yeah, I saw that one.
yeah, 2 books from 2016 to 2017 claim that was stored in Dagobah, which is what I always assumed.
Yeah.
Again, something else that like really that's what people are throwing shade at. Like, who does he get this lightsaber from? Like, obviously the guy had it with him. If he had it, he didn't have that. He had a duplicate. You think Jedi
Yeah.
only have one? Like, they can make another. It's
Seriously.
the fucking
But I mean,
Jedi.
it's like I get, yeah. But then that kind of goes into the other theory that which is like could be interesting and it could be like a kind of like explanation for that because everything that happened in episode 6 or this episode of Boba Fett was that it shows that it's leading to the new trilogy with the Jedi school, the temple, and them talking about Grogu being the first student, which in the new trilogy we know that Grogu is not the first student. It's Ben Solo is the
And
first
Solo,
student.
yeah, yeah, that's interesting, isn't it?
So obviously, if if we're going off of that, then clearly Grogu picks the armor and not the lightsaber, which and then goes back with Mando. But then basically the theory is that if Grogu picks the lightsaber and becomes the first student, does that make the new trilogy not canon?
That's true.
Because
I hope
there's
so.
I feel like that
Please,
a lot of people hope so,
please.
definitely, because then they kind of, they're kind of fixing everything.
Yeah,
Now we can break off, and then those movies kind of just are there. They kind of just go away,
they
and
kind of
then
just suck.
yeah, and now you can build off of this universe and continue the series how in the direction which it's going, which is really good. I kind of like that theory, but at the same time, I think he's going to pick the armor.
I hope he doesn't. I really hope he doesn't. Give people what they want, man. Come on.
The people, what
Because
the
then we don't.
people,
Because then we don't see Luke.
yeah, but then what the people want is seeing Mando and Grogu together.
Yeah. Oh, I hope this doesn't become a fucking like a business decision. It is a big business
It
decision
is a big business
because all their
decision.
licensing and all their toys and Funko Pops, all that shit.
Well, but then also we don't also know because um Mando might need to be trained for like to use the dark saber.
Okay.
So maybe he does pick the lightsaber and goes down, like, continues in his training and um leads down that path of becoming a Jedi, but maybe Mando has to get trained also. The dark saber keeps getting heavier with each swing, like you said, so that
This is true.
he needs to figure that out. So I feel like there's a lot of possibilities, and that we can like go into so many different like theories and outcomes of what could happen. But hopefully, whatever they do, this kind of like erase the new trilogy.
I, I mean, you know how I feel. We've seen him once, and that'll be it.
And that's
That's it
it.
for me. Yeah,
Yeah.
never saw him. I was never there. You can't prove it. Look on the
Yeah,
TV. It's in the
I burned
trash.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously. But it's like, because this, I feel like now it takes place in the past, obviously. But we're slowly building to the future. And then you can eventually in like 2 or 3 years have like a big budget movie, which these shows are already like really big budget, but like you can do like a movie, a big like blockbuster movie where it's connected to this, like these shows, and then you continue building, and then you do some more shows or something. But
I
you could
think they
fit,
should just keep. They should keep a similar format to Marvel
yeah. I mean, that's just kind of the
because it works.
exactly that's the
And
standard for
Disney
everybody.
Disney owns Marvel, so it's kind of like the same, feeding the same mouth under the same roof kind of deal. It's a
Yeah.
stupid reference, but
I honestly thought though that this episode was the finale.
yeah, me too. That's what I thought. I texted you. I was like, "There's another episode. It
Yeah,
could have ended just like that."
it could have, yeah, but then it
Yeah.
would have, which would have been kind of stupid because we literally, or after episode 4, there's this like big like kind of climax with the mayor and the Pikes and they're gonna go to like war basically, Boba and the mayor and the Pikes, but we haven't seen anything or heard anything really about that other than probably like a 30-second scene when
No,
Fennec Shand was talking about it in episode 5. So now it's like, imagine it ended like that and it's going to continue in the Mandalorian. It would have been like so
it
poorly
would be.
like
It would be a
made.
little weird. It
It
would have been a
would,
little
yeah.
weird. Yeah.
So yeah, one more episode and I'm excited. I don't think it's going to be as good as 5 and 6, but
Listen, they juggled a lot. I'm hoping that they pull something good out this week. Like,
we
I hope
keep
it's a
saying
long
it.
episode.
I was just about to say that. We keep saying it, but every time something like after episode 5, we're like, oh my God, next week's probably going to be a long episode. It's like it was shorter than episode 5. And now it's like all this information just happened.
We complain a little too much, I think, because like
Oh yeah, we're so spoiled as
we used
fans.
to
We're
get one
so
2.5
spoiled
hour movie, and that was it. And
every
now
like
we get
3 years.
and
Yeah,
now we're
no,
getting like
we're
new
very
shit every other
spoiled.
month.
We're very spoiled fans. We know this.
Um, No, but honestly, if they never made another Star Wars movie again, I'd be fine with it. Just keep giving me these TV series, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically you're getting like 2 or 3 movies per series per like one season. So, and they're doing really well. The budgets are probably really high, but they're making it back. They got a lot of people or like a lot of memberships going into Disney Plus and stuff.
Yeah, they do.
But
They
yeah,
do.
I cannot wait for the finale and to talk about the finale. I won't
So
I won't spoil it for you this time.
yeah, I'm gonna make sure I don't talk to you all day.
Yeah,
So
just like mute. I literally sent it to you on Instagram. You should have known not to go on Instagram.
I was avoiding everything. I was swiping, and you should have just waited. But
I
we
totally
got
forgot.
literally actually less than a month from the Batman premiere.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's
yeah,
going to be
tickets go
exciting.
on sale on the 10th.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, let me know so I can Venmo.
Yeah, yeah.
Just don't make it a midnight showing again.
No, I think we're gonna probably what time? Like 8 or 9. We're like planning this out
I
here.
might
It's
just
kind of funny.
I might just take that whole day off because I'm going to. We got
Yeah, we
the
got the signing thing you're
the
doing.
DBZ signing to go to. So it could be earlier.
Okay. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. But I cannot wait for that movie. It's just like the hype for it is and the expectation for it is so high. But that's also kind of scary. But it's also this Batman movie with like it's just going to be great. I just can't wait for it. I don't even know what I'm saying, but it's just going to be so good.
Um, I remember when The Dark Knight came out, and I had seen Batman Begins only on TV on FX
Yeah.
millions of times. And going into that, I saw The Dark Knight in theaters. Everybody was like worried because it was Heath Ledger and the guy died,
Yeah.
and
Did he die before the premiere of it?
I believe so.
Oh, shit, I didn't know
Before
that.
it was, but he died before I saw it. But everybody was like, "This is be the darkest movie you've ever seen." Yeah, January 22nd of 08. So a good 4 or 5 months before the movie came out, 6 months.
Jesus,
Um,
crazy.
but I remember my mom was like, "I don't know if I want him to go. Like, I've seen the trailers. How do you like my scars?"
Yeah.
I had to go with my cousin. I wasn't allowed to watch that movie alone. And then, of course, I downloaded.
Well, 2000. Well, when did it come out?
Oh wait,
2000.
I was
Yeah,
I was in
2008.
6th grade.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean, you
going into
can't go to a movie. You can't even go to a movie alone. The PG-13 limit is gonna
Oh
restrict
yeah,
you.
yeah. I had to go with someone.
You
But no,
couldn't
you
drive
know what it
either.
was? I remember what it was. He had to see it first, so he went and saw it first on his own, and then he told my mom, "Yeah, he could probably see it."
That's so funny.
Yeah,
That's pretty funny. But yeah, I can't wait. So
yeah.
hopefully, yeah, we definitely I don't want to go freaking we saw Spider-Man at 11 o'clock at night. We didn't get home until
I'm not
2
doing that
a.m. That
again, man.
was
I'm
not
not doing
fun.
that again.
It was exciting to
It's
see it on
cold.
opening night. Oh yeah, it was a shit show, but it was exciting seeing it on opening night with all like the hardcore fans. But that's okay. We can watch this movie a little earlier.
Yeah,
Um so now I want to talk about some comic books because
you getting
we don't
at me?
talk. Yeah, we don't talk too much about comic books or series or anything like that. But I want to talk about a little bit about the Nightwing series that I'm reading right now. It's currently on issue 88. I just read like probably 4 or 5 issues in a row. I just kind of had them on the back burner. I finally got around to reading them all, and I just can't get over how good this Nightwing run is. And I
Yeah.
can't wait to
Who's the author?
Tom Taylor. He's also doing the Superman, Son of Superman series. He's doing a couple other things, but it is a really good series. I got the 88th issue right here. That's the cover of it. And I wanted to show this cover because so basically what's happening in the story, just to give a quick rundown, it's basically starts with obviously Nightwing and Bloodhaven, and him and Barbara Gordon are together, like dating, in this series, which I'm a big fan of. I was always a bigger fan of Nightwing and Batgirl as opposed to Nightwing and Starfire. But Nightwing, Dick Grayson inherits all of Alfred's money, assets, whatever, when Alfred dies in the current Batman run. And it's like billions of dollars. Like Alfred's just been kind of saving the money and keeping it there, and he leaves it to Dick, and he says that he can do a lot of good with the money. And then fast forward a little bit, there's a new villain introduced, Heartless, who kills his victims and removes their heart. So that's why they call him Heartless. And then there's also another story or another like kind of side story where Blockbuster is kind of controlling Bloodhaven. He has his like hand in like the mayor's office and different places. And Dick Grayson comes out and says that he is going to start the Alfred Pennyworth Foundation to basically help Bloodhaven get back up on its feet and make Bloodhaven like a great place. Blockbuster does not want this. So and it's in, I think, the 87th issue, which is a really cool written issue. Blockbuster puts a hit on Dick Grayson. And Barbara's talking to him and saying, there's a hit on you and you got to get off the streets. And he's like, there's been plenty of hits on Nightwing before. That's the whole point of the secret identity thing. Mm-hmm. And she's like, no, it's on Dick Grayson. And that's when he starts getting like shot at. But the whole comic is written like page by page. So it's like him running. It's like him like chasing. So it's not like individual panels. It's like the whole page, both pages is just like a continuation of him like running away from these people, going to his apartment to get his dog, chasing after the guys who kidnapped his dog. It's like a really cool written issue. And in the 88th one, which is probably my favorite issue so far, Blockbuster sends these two assassins to get Nightwing while he's doing this like groundbreaking for a new haven for homeless children press conference. He puts these two assassins to get him, and Barbara has like something planned to keep him safe because he's obviously going to do it either way, even though he has a hit on him. She gets the Titans, and we don't know this until there's about to be the first shooter's about to take a shot at Dick, and Starfire and Wonder Girl stop her. And then the second shooter, they can't find him. The second shooter takes a shot, and then you see the panel, and then so you see Dick in the panel, and then you see him gone, and there's just a red streak. So Wally West gets him away, the Flash, and he takes them to go get a suit from Mr. Terrific that they were working on ever since he came out and said that he was going to try to help Bloodhaven become better. And this is the suit. It's the one with the blue lining going all the way down to the fingertips from the shoulders. For the longest time, it was just the Nightwing symbol on the chest, and then everything else was black. I am obsessed with this suit, which is probably why I like this series or this issue in particular so much, because they like kind of bring that back. And I just like the cover a lot of him like putting the glove on. Honestly, it's like a really cool series. It's starting to spice up a little bit more. Heartless hasn't been in it in a few issues, and now he's makes a big return at the end of this issue. Going forward, it's going to be like a big storyline. So I'm excited
that's awesome
for it, and I think it's like probably one of the best. It was like voted one of the best comic series of 2021. So if you're looking for something to read, I think this is the one. And the first volume of the paperback came out, so you can get that in stores and stuff. So
did you see that today? Was it
no, I saw it today. Yeah, I saw it today when we went to the mall, but I've seen it a couple other times at like Barnes and Nobles and a couple other Newberries that we've been to, a couple comic book stores.
Why haven't you gotten it? Are you just collecting the trade paper,
Well, I'm so I have the single issues now, but my plan is I finished. So I read Nightwing New 52. Then I read the Grayson story, which takes place after the New 52, and then it goes into Rebirth. So my plan is to get all the Rebirth like paperbacks, and then slowly build up to the current paperbacks that are coming out now.
You see, I can't do it with comics anymore
I
because
know.
it gets so confusing to me. And like that's why I really only ever bought like the trade paperbacks.
Yeah.
Because like, okay, I have everything. It's kind of like a box set as opposed to buying each season individually, which I've done before. But you
Mhm.
have the nice box set or whatever, and it's all there.
Well, it's like I'm reading like a few like series right now. I'm reading like the Justice League, Nightwing, a bunch of like Teen Titans books, like, but they're like a couple of them are mini series, like 5 or 6 issues. So I'm like reading a bunch of stuff right now, but I'm kind of just reading certain things and then deciding which ones I want to buy in like the full like volume, like paperback version,
Yeah.
like which ones I'm gonna read. I would like go back to read, and then, but it's like only these ones. It's just kind of like the like Justice League, Nightwing, and a few like Teen Titans ones that I'm currently reading. But yeah, eventually my plan is to I want to get like all the Nightwing ones, and then get the new ones as they come out.
You gotta get those, get some of those signed.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, well, hopefully one Brenton Thwaites from Titans does a con or something, because he usually doesn't. But hopefully he might do something, or maybe if there's like a new casting for Nightwing in the Batgirl movie eventually, which I thought we were going to get a long time ago. Something comes out and I can get some of these books signed, because that'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty cool. And then you frame them, get them graded, and boom.
Yeah, I want to get a couple of these graded too. I got a whole I was telling you, I got a whole list of like 5 or 6 right now that I want to get graded,
Yeah.
add to my collection, as you can see.
Yes,
But
very nice collection. And we'll get into that too before we
yeah,
finish up.
that's all I wanted to say about that. So
That's cool. So people should read it.
definitely should read it. This is, out of all the series that I'm reading right now, this one is definitely number one, I should say. So if you want to read a good series, read this one.
That's awesome. So Nightwing and the author's name,
Tom Taylor.
the Tom Taylor run.
Yeah, Tom Taylor's run.
People can pick that up anywhere where comic books are sold, or if you have the iPad, whatever app you choose. All right, so I'll get into it a little bit here. So in the anime world, I started Dragon Ball Super again.
How many times have you started it?
This is the second time.
Okay,
And I
okay.
decided I'm going to get through because I had watched episode 17 and now I'm up to 32. And there's 131 episodes. And this is an official continuation of Dragon Ball Z. So Dragon Ball Z ended many years ago. Then they did Dragon Ball GT. And then GT's kind of, nobody really knows where it falls in the Dragon Ball timeline. I actually have never finished Dragon Ball GT, but 60 something episodes there. So this is an official continuation of Dragon Ball Z. It takes place all these years later. And somehow the characters are still the same age, or relatively right around. It's weird because when I was a kid, they were like, late 20s, some of them
Yeah.
mid 30s, and they're like now pushing 40. It's weird. But it's obviously it's a cartoon or manga character, so it's different. But the first 17 episodes, because they start the series by adapting 2 movies. They brought back Frieza and killed her, and Frieza's been killed and brought back twice already. How
Good.
many fucking times are they gonna bring the same people back? And that's for the most part, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, and I'm sure you've seen episodes. It's every season there's like, you can kind of map out what they're planning on doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you watch a regular Dragon Ball Z, the fights take forever because everyone's powering up the whole time. So they redid that though. They did Dragon Ball Z Kai, and it just cuts out all the filler, but it's still fucking long. But anyway, Dragon Ball Super, it starts off by adapting 2 movie arcs, and it's just, it didn't catch me the first time, but I stopped at 17. I'm like, instead of going all the way back to 1, I'm just going to continue from 17, and it actually gets a little bit better. It's a little bit more lighthearted, and it doesn't have the classic soundtrack. Bruce Falconer composed the soundtrack for the US release, and it's great. It's like as close to metal as you're going to get in an anime. But he uses, the cymbals a ton, and it's really groundbreaking. It's really good music. But they didn't have that. Obviously, he didn't do it for this one. I'm watching it on Hulu, and it's the Japanese audio, so it feels a little lighthearted, but it's good. It feels like it's building on Dragon Ball Z, whereas Dragon Ball GT was very weird. Like there were slime characters and just very, very weird storylines. But there is a manga comic series as well. I think they're up to 17 volumes. The anime ended in 2018. I don't know if it's caught up to the books though, so it could be that they're waiting for the books to finish and they're going to finish.
Interesting.
Yeah, but it's Dragon Ball. You had your Power Rangers. I had Dragon Ball.
Yeah, exactly.
That kind of show. You know what I mean? It's not something that you're going to sit down and be like, all right,
like full focused on.
Full focus, not really.
Yeah,
but, it's there.
It's like kind of like for me when if sometimes like I'll sit there and just kind of rewatch Power Rangers just for like the nostalgia a little bit. Exactly. I'll be like playing video games. I'll be doing something like just kind of on the background just to hear it.
There's don't get me wrong though. There's definitely moments where it catches your attention. A fight, some of the fight scenes that were with Frieza and Beerus, very interesting, very odd character. These names, I don't know who's making them. Beerus. Just out of nowhere, and okay, all right, I'll watch for a few minutes.
No, it's definitely.
You see one season of Dragon Ball, with the exception of a few seasons which are significantly better than the others. You've seen them all. I have never completed the original Dragon Ball.
How many episodes of that do you think?
5 seasons, over 100. I know Dragon Ball Z is over 200. I used to have that on a terabyte on my first PC, a terabyte of Dragon Ball movies.
Jeez.
So it says there's 153 episodes of Dragon Ball.
Damn.
There's 200 some odd of Dragon Ball Z. There's 60 of GT. There's 100. There's so many.
It's a lot of episodes.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I mean, it's on Hulu.
So are you gonna like finish it now though that you started it again?
Yeah, I'll keep it going. I may pick up the manga. I was looking at a couple today, and I'm not really in the reading mood. You got to be in a reading mood.
I've been in a crazy reading mood the past week.
I feel like you read more than I do.
I hadn't read, like I'm telling you, I had stacked up like just the single issues alone that I was reading, probably like 15 or 20 books just over the past like 2 months, because I haven't really like touched any books in that long. But then I started again last week. I finished all of these single issues, and then I went back to reading the Deathstroke omnibus that I got recently.
Yeah, I saw that in the store. That thing looks cool. Is it difficult to read? That thing, like, is it tough, like keeping it open without messing up the suspension?
Oh no, that's not that bad, because I usually just have it laid flat and I'll
it looks huge.
Oh, it's massive.
Yeah.
It's I think 1,500 pages. So damn. Yeah, it's a big boy. And when I read it, I'll usually
that's a lot.
Yeah, I usually read it in like kind of just laying flat on my bed, or I'll put it on my desk and I'll read it. I don't really like hold it up because it gets heavy after a while.
Yeah.
But the only thing that's kind of hard about it, like when I'm reading, is that obviously in comics, you get multiple different storylines. Sometimes they connect to each other, but you get like maybe 5 or 6 issues of one storyline, and then it goes into another and another and another. So the one thing that's kind of confusing is, like, especially me, I like read kind of fast. I'm like reading and I'm like, how did I get here? Like, and then I have to go back like 10 or 20 pages and like trying to like fill in. Oh, okay. Now I get it. That's probably the most annoying thing about reading in an omnibus format, as opposed to like the just the regular like paperbacks. But yeah, I've definitely been in a reading mood the past week. I've read a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. Once I read one, maybe I'll just get one volume and see how it goes, and then
Yeah, don't be like me who buys like 10 at a time because I'm like, oh,
I
I can't wait to read these, and then they
yeah,
just sit there for like 2 months, and then I'm like,
I did
shit.
I did that with a manga series. I don't know if you remember last wintertime, right around here. I think I dragged you out to Newberry Comics one day. It was pouring outside to get one volume of a book. I was like, yeah, this is the
Oh
next one.
yeah, yeah,
I collected up to six. I've only read four, three or four,
yeah.
and I kind of lost me a little bit. And now they're just sitting there.
Yeah, they're just part of the collection.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. But speaking of collection, we can finally talk about what we were already addicted to, but now are like it's kind of you know hit another level of addiction. And as you can see behind me, it's all the pops. Like you can't see them that well, and they're not that many, but there's definitely that collection's definitely gonna be growing pretty soon.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's like something you can hold in your hand. And I used to work with this kid, this Greek kid, in my office, and he at the time he must have so many rare ones because I remember he would like show me the website and he was like adding to cart, add to cart, add to cart, and they were like the new waves. And this was 2017, so I don't know what he has, but he told me he's got like a closet full of them.
Damn.
Uh, he was a big comic book nerd. And you just like click, click, click. And I'm sure back then they were like $10 and now they're $12.99.
Yeah, a little more expensive.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we drove to a new mall today because we kind of like exhausted our normal spots because we wanted to look for different ones or look for like deals and stuff. You
We
didn't buy
found some
anything.
deals.
You didn't, I don't think you bought any pops today, did
Nope.
you?
No
Yeah, no, I
pops.
bought I bought four. I bought four. I
Four.
bought
There it is.
yeah, I bought
Attaboy.
I bought two Wonder Woman ones. They were the Wonder Woman Blackest Night and then the Wonder
Yeah.
Woman Brightest Day Funko Pop. I bought
Started young.
Oh yeah, I bought the Luke Skywalker holding Grogu from the end of season 2 of Mandalorian, and then I bought a Doctor Fate one from, and it was like an FYE exclusive or whatever. Doctor Fate pop that I've been wanting for so long. Finally got it
Got
because
it
of
for
you.
cheap.
You saw, yeah, we got it for
Got it
cheap.
for cheap.
You saw it as we were like about to leave the store. I didn't even see it in the corner that it was tucked away in.
You're welcome.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they're so addicting. It's like easier to, it's like more justifiable, I feel like, to get Funko Pops than it is to get like some of the actual like figures
Um, in terms of size and space, is that what you're talking about?
in terms of price.
Or what price? Yeah.
Cause
Yeah, I
that
mean,
like that Deathstroke one I have, that was like $50 from Newberry. These you can get like three or four of the other ones and of the
that's
Funko
true. Yeah,
Pops.
you
And
could get a whole wave with that. Yeah, I mean, there's certain things I think like some of the like the level like the figure I got today from Dragon Ball Super, like the level of detail for 26.99 is like really like that's a pretty good price, man, for that. And
yeah,
it's
no,
not
see,
official.
that's a good price, I feel like. And I feel like I feel like a lot of those figures, like those statues, are a lot more reasonably priced than like the DC or Marvel figures.
The thing is like in the anime world and manga or whatever, and that may be the same for the DC figures. I don't know. The licensing is weird. Like I know this brand in particular isn't like official. Because remember
Mm.
I said there was one behind the counter. It was
Yeah,
130.
yeah, that was 100. It was a
Yeah, that's
lot.
why it's $130 because it's Bandai, like, and they have the official
Interesting. Yeah.
but these are just as good, just not as nice as the really nice ones.
Yeah. I
But
mean, I
no,
feel
yeah,
like, but for like us who are just kind of like I feel like we collect a bunch of stuff and we have a bunch of stuff, but we're still, I feel like, considered more like casual collectors. Like
yeah, yeah.
we're not like the hardcore collectors. Like we want to be one day, but not now.
Well, I think at a certain point, being like a hardcore collector, like you're putting serious money into it, and it's like
Yeah.
like a lot of these things I get with credit card points,
True.
you
True.
know.
Yeah.
Um, and that's just because it's the easiest way to do it, and I'm not draining money every month. And there's a couple sometimes, you'll splurge a little here and there, but
Yeah. This was like this today was probably, it was only like what would we say, like 40, $45 or something. But this was probably the most I've spent on figures or pops or whatever in a pretty long time. A lot of my money goes to books. I had to really stop myself a couple times when we were in Newberry Comics from getting a couple books. It was like buy one get one free on like graphic novels and stuff. So I was like,
Buy one
shit.
get one half off.
Oh yeah, my bad. Buy one get one half off, and I was like, shit. They might have me.
Yeah, I stopped myself too. I was like, because they didn't have. Maybe I would have gotten them if they had the first Dragon Ball Super volume. It started at 2, and they had the rest of them too, but they didn't have
I
one.
hate that. I hate that.
But maybe that was let's.
They had I was surprised that Newberry Comics had a lot of they had like a lot of like omnibuses, a lot of like they had the Deathstroke one that I'm reading, which I was surprised to see because that one like came out pretty recently. But I just feel like omnibuses are more of a like people aren't gonna. I feel like they're not as common to buy in a store as they are to just like buy online. It's like you want an omnibus, you'll look for it online, you'll get it. But like going to a store,
I don't like reading the manga volumes at like the Berserk size of the deluxe, and they have them for other books too. But it's I like to see the big, and that's why it's nice to read DC Comics because the trade paperbacks are a pretty good size.
They are a pretty good size, like 160 pages or something, 200 pages. It's not bad.
Yeah, you don't have to open it and be careful.
Yeah.
Like when I open it, I don't want to mess up the binding.
I messed up which is the Grayson omnibus that I have. I messed up the binding on that one. I didn't even know until I picked it up. I picked it up probably in the fall, early in the fall, like just after probably around September.
Okay.
And I picked it up. I hadn't read it in about a year and a half. I got it like a year and a half before that. And I picked it up and like the spine is all like messed up from like the amount of times I was holding it. And that one I was like holding up sometimes. So that one got all messed up, which kind of sucks because that's like one of my favorite stories, but it's not bad.
I think the first manga I ever got was either Dragon Ball Z or Naruto. Number 1. I think it was Naruto. And the first one I trashed. I still have it. And then someone at school showed me like you have to pull it back slightly. You're not opening it up all the way. You kind of have to like peer in sometimes to read it.
Yeah.
And there was never any reason why. Like, who gives a fuck? You spent $8 on it. Like,
yeah, I feel like for like like these the single issues, you want to be careful with these because
it might be worth something someday.
Yeah, it might be worth something, and they're a little bit more flimsy. But like paperbacks and stuff like that, they're not, the resale value for those are not high. Like it's not that big of a deal if you mess them up a little bit.
No. And speaking of Funko Pops, I'm selling one of mine.
Which
Ray
one?
Fisher, the Ray Fisher one.
Oh yeah, I saw that on your I watched it.
Yeah,
You sent it to me.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, I'm not a big Cyborg fan. I think
Oh, we lost him for a second. Oh, and he's gone. Are you back?
back.
You cut out for a second.
What the fuck? I feel like everything just went blank for a second. I was saying I'm not a big Cyborg fan.
Yeah.
I think I did it just for like, I think it was like the last day we were there, and I was like, like, let's spend the last of the money that I had with me. It was like, fuck it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, if you do sell it, then you make a pretty good profit on it. Yeah. So it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But I also can't wait to go back to another con over the summer.
Yeah, it's
spend more money.
Well, I didn't spend too much. I think was it like 150?
I think we spent around the same. Yeah, we spent around the same.
Which is weird because I didn't know the last one we went to, maybe it was like around $60 that I spent, but I don't know. It felt there's so many more things that I didn't want. You spend a lot of time saying, no, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
Like, nah, like get this cheaper online.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was kind
Well,
of
I feel like I expected some of the deals to be better. We talked about that at the Comic-Con, that we expected some of the deals to be better. And like even like now when we're looking at like Newberry Comics or places for the pops we're buying from the stores, we go straight to the Funko Pop app, or even for like a book, whatever it may be, we go straight to an app and we're like, can we get this cheaper online? And if we can't, we buy it. If we can, we put it back, and then eventually someday we'll get it online.
yeah. I mean, I try to get the more rare ones, and if there's one I can get that I can get signed, that's a move.
Yeah.
That's a move to go. But the common ones, it's like if everyone's getting them, it's like, what's the point?
Yeah. Unless
Unless
it's
it looks really
like
cool.
exactly. I was about to say,
Yeah.
unless it's like really cool and you like really like it.
Generally, most of those ones are on the expensive side.
Yeah, true.
Generally. But yeah, I mean, so what was that? Are you gonna get the other Power Ranger masks in the background?
I was talking about it today. I want the Pink Ranger mask. I want, or the helmet. I want the Mando helmet. I want the Boba helmet. I want a Red Hood helmet that I saw. And then I want
I think
another.
you could get a Boba helmet from like Best Buy or something.
You can get that one and Mando from I think GameStop. You can also get the Pink Power Ranger one from GameStop also, but those are expensive. You probably find better on eBay. But yeah, I want a few helmets. I want a few to round out my collection.
A lot of wants.
A lot of wants. A lot of
Yeah. I think we got anything else this week?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. We should be around next weekend. Maybe we're gonna try to make it happen.
Maybe, yeah, we'll figure it out. Maybe Friday we record instead of Saturday, Friday night.
Okay, maybe that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I'll be away. But yeah,
Okay.
we'll see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed.
Thanks for tuning in.
And yeah, we'll talk to you guys after the finale of Boba, because that's what I'm most excited for on the next podcast.
All right, everybody.
See you guys.